The following is a special presentation from KBTX Media and our partner Amarillo National Bank. From the rotunda of the George Bush Presidential Library and Museum on the campus of Texas A&M University, welcome to the Jefferson Awards presentation, helping us celebrate the accomplishments of these remarkable individuals. Chairman of the Points of Light Foundation, Neil Bush.
Good evening, and welcome to the George Bush Presidential Library and Museum at Texas A&M for this special occasion. We are honored that these Jefferson Awards are being broadcast by KBTX. Public service is the reason we're gathered here tonight. My father has said that any definition of a successful life must include service to others. Tonight we are here to celebrate the outstanding commitment to service of 4 Texans who rolled up their sleeves in helping lift others. These honorees are dedicated volunteers who didn't have any expectation of getting anything in return. For those recipients of the Jefferson Awards, on behalf of the entire Bush family, congratulations, and thank you for being bright points of light in the lives of others. Thank you, and God bless you.
Now from KBTX, please welcome your host for the evening, News 3's Crystal Galney.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for a very special 20th Annual Jefferson Awards ceremony. Tonight, we'll honor 4 exceptional public servants who give of their time to make the Brazos Valley a better place to live and work. We are proud to share their stories from a place dedicated to a man who made public service his life's work and lasting legacy. Here at the George Bush Presidential Library and Museum on the campus of Texas A&M University, they celebrate selfless service every day and offer an enduring lesson on making an impact. As we begin tonight, let's take a look back at 20 years of memories and more than 80 local Jefferson Award winners.
Helping us celebrate the accomplishments of these special people, the 41st President of the United States, George Herbert Walker Bush.
Welcome to the George Bush Presidential Library. We're proud to host this special event honoring 8 Texans who selflessly serve their fellow citizens, each a volunteer, expecting nothing in return.
Our inaugural Jefferson Awards in 2004 honored Brazos Valley legends, including Sam Sharp, Bill Irwin, and Bubba Moore, who died just days before receiving his medallion. His son, Preston Moore, accepted that night on his behalf.
Bubba Moore died the richest man in the Brazos Valley. You see, Dad knew that wealth was not measured by how much money you have, but rather by the number and quality of your friends.
In 2005, the ladies took center stage. Mel Pruitt was chosen to represent the Brazos Valley at the National Jefferson Awards ceremony.
I constantly pray that God will always give you grace and peace.
In 2009, our first husband and wife team took home the honor. Danny and Margaret O'Quinn had a hand in raising hundreds of children at Still Creek Ranch.
Little kids that other people thought were just someone that they could throw away. God picks up treasures and puts them in our hand, and we're so thankful for that opportunity.
The following year was special for the Bryan family, who accepted the Jefferson Award in memory of their patriarch, Travis Bryan Jr.
Travis Bryan Jr. lived a life of service to those he loved.
In 2013, Lila Beth King became our 10th National Award winner.
It is said that this award is for ordinary people who do extraordinary things. Well, I don't really see it that way. I see myself as an ordinary person, allowing God to do extraordinary things through me.
The 2010s also brought us our youngest Jefferson Award honorees, Books in a Blanket founders Harper and Maggie Cunningham.
I want to thank my parents for encouraging us since the beginning of Books in the Blanket. When we were first coming up with the idea to give books to kids, instead of telling us what to do, they asked us questions about how we would give books to kids in need.
My favorite part of Books in a Blanket is seeing the kids' faces when they get their bags of books in a blanket.
Along with recognition for selfless servants like Gloria Kennard, Daniel Hernandez, David Gerling, and Max Gerald. Even as he battled the effects of Parkinson's disease, Bill Irwin, our first national winner, may have said it best.
Everyone can and should help meet the needs of those less fortunate by giving back more than you take, doing as much as you can, not as much as you have to. And they're expecting recognition or reward. You can help us make this world a better place.
This evening, we honor Thaddeus Adams, Felicia Benford, Clifford Dorn, and Ellen Fuller for their outstanding service to the Brazos Valley. Each one of our winners was nominated by community members as an outstanding example of public service and chosen by our committee as the best of the best. You're about to see why each of these honorees deserves this prestigious symbol of dedication and commitment, and hear from each of them as they receive their Jefferson Award medallion. For more than a decade, Thaddeus Adams has been known for stepping up to the plate when disaster strikes. As a Red Cross volunteer, he has served on the front lines of disasters across Texas and the nation, and lent a helping hand here at home as local residents endure their worst days.
If you've seen Thaddeus Adams over the past 8 years, you've likely seen him in his signature red vest. For him, helping his community is a family affair.
Service has been a part of our family. Since I was very young, my parents were humanitarians in one way or another.
It was the devastation of Hurricane Harvey that served as a catalyst for Adams to get involved with the American Red Cross.
Our church was involved with the sheltering, and when that happened, I had a chance to kind of just see what a sheltering situation would look like, and there was some training that was conducted by the Red Cross, and they came in, and I was very intrigued with that.
Locally, Adams works as Disaster Spiritual Care, the integrative condolence care team working with people going through some of the most difficult situations in their lives. Adams is also a Disaster Action Team region lead, responding to some of the worst disasters in our state and the nation, including donating his time and effort to those impacted by the El Paso Walmart shooting, the tragedy at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, and the devastating Lahaina wildfire in Maui.
Somebody like that is so valuable to our organization, because when you think of an organization as large as the American Red Cross and just the reach and the touch that we have across so many different things that we do, to have somebody like that who is so versatile and so willing to just put his hands around every piece of our mission is just incredible.
On top of responding to disasters, Adams also helps train other Red Cross volunteers, spanning essentially the entire state of Texas.
My faith has a majority to do with that. I'm compelled to do it, not because I have to, but because I really want to. I have that desire to serve.
Adams has a great support staff at home. His wife and 4 children, his parents, and his church allow him to continue to help others.
I'm very thankful and blessed to have this environment around me that when I get back, people understand what I've gone through, and they've given me room, but they're not giving me too much room.
And he's quick to give credit to others for helping shape who he is.
I'm a reflection of the great leadership that's been before me. So that's the greatest compliment I can give to them. And they know who they are.
And he really embodies that sense of compassion, which is one of our values here at the American Red Cross, and it shines through in all that he does. So yeah, just an incredible person. We're so lucky to have him.
And just like his parents instilled service in his life, he's instilling it in his children's lives.
He's the one who gets his children involved to go help teach other kids how they can safely get out of their home should it catch fire.
From connecting with people going through their worst moments to inspiring the next generation, you can count on Thaddeus Adams and his red vest to help.
Good evening. It is impactful to belong in an award event, and I'm grateful for you watching and being part of it. Thank you to the Multiplying Good Jefferson Awards Foundation, KBTX, and Amarillo National Bank for creating, broadcasting, and sponsoring this event. I thank God for this award and its recipients. Those acts of service were created for a particular purpose. My parents taught me about empathy and demonstrated acts of compassion towards everyone. Our community provided many avenues to practice volunteering: church activities, 4-H, hospitals, student associations, benevolence committees, nonprofits, and board of directors. The invigorating hard work made me feel important and part of something bigger. The leaders were inspiring, and I wanted to be like them. So many people poured their lives into me personally, like my parents, Gary and Jerry Adams. I'm grateful and blessed that you are extremely supportive. I want to thank my sister, a compassionate leader, model, and intellectual visionary. She taught me how to work cooperatively and proficiently with anyone. Thank you, Paige. I have foundational support through my church in prayer, instruction, and other levels. And through my volunteering, they have in turn enormously impacted the community. I belong to a neighborhood that provided me with calm and respite as I process the challenging aspects of the tragedies and the ensuing calamities. The people in this special community remind me of the mission and enable me to perform my best. They ground me when I process emotional reactions to hurting people and disasters. I want to thank the American Red Cross. It is a beautiful collection of diverse people who love to love people. The Red Cross provided me with all the elements needed to maximize the expression of service for the highest impact of each disaster survivor. The Red Cross enabled me to lead volunteers confidently and professionally, guided by empathy and compassion, and using our knowledge and wisdom collaboratively. I want to thank my wife, Noelle, and our 4 wonderful children, Henry, Virginia, Gwyneth, and Royal. My wife keeps our family balanced. She rallies our family in volunteer service. This award belongs to her. All of my children work hard, and I am proud of each of them for doing excellently in their unique ways. I needed them to learn how to become independent and part of a team, and this award belongs to them as well. Finally, each of you brings something valuable to your world, to this world. Your experiences are meaningful. You are important. Volunteering your time to the circle of influence around you is essential and can be life-changing. This world needs more people like you to give in ways that only you can provide. After you get started, you will grow towards helping where you're best at serving. The biggest challenge to that change is to take the first step. Please donate blood, time, and money to help someone else survive and live. This award is for all of you who have led, taught, prayed, challenged, and enabled me, because you know that it is impossible for someone like me to do this in a vacuum without your love and support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thaddeus. Our next honoree is no stranger to voters in the Bryan Independent School District. For nearly 15 years, they've asked her to serve as a school board trustee. Tonight, though, it's her quiet work behind the scenes that won Felicia Benford a Jefferson Award.
Service to others is clearly a core characteristic of Felicia Benford.
I think that's my calling, is wherever I need to be to help people, that's where I'm supposed to go.
Benford spent more than 20 years serving as a clerk and a cook in the U.S. Army and Army Reserve.
It set the foundation for me to know a lot of things that I know now in life, the reason why I do a lot of things.
She also found a way to give in her 30 years working at the Women's Federal Prison in Bryan.
But I actually got a chance to really minister to them, to mentor them, motivate them, help them make better choices while they were incarcerated that were going to benefit them upon their release.
Now, as the community relations manager at the Brazos County Health District, she's still taking care of people.
Just make them aware of how we can meet their needs.
Benford has also spent nearly 15 years as a member of the Bryan ISD Board of Trustees.
I love interacting with the staff. I love making wise decisions that are best for the students.
You'll likely see her out in the community helping with other nonprofits like the REACH Project, Voices for Children, the Boys and Girls Club of the Brazos Valley, Twin City Mission, and Meals on Wheels.
I just look at it, find out what their mission is, find out what they're trying to accomplish, where can I fit in best, and what can I do to make it better. And I just give it a try.
And sometimes she steps up to meet other needs that arise, like this past January when the temperatures dropped to dangerous below freezing temperatures. She and her friends decided to open a community warming center for several days.
We had started talking about it with some of the city leaders, and a makeshift one came about the first year, but there was nothing done. So when the second year came up, it was like, what are we going to do?
She rallied her friends, and they set up at the VFW Post 4692 in Bryan, where she's a member.
I'm so thankful we were able to help over 50 individuals during that time period. that wouldn't have had anywhere else to go.
She says she'll do it again as needed, and they're now also looking at creating cooling centers too.
There's a need for that, and I just want to make sure that every need is met in the community for everyone, regardless of their status, regardless of where they're at. I just want to meet them where they're at.
Benford says she gets energized when she sees people and organizations have a positive reaction to her volunteerism.
When I wake up in the morning, before I get out of the bed, I just ask God, lead me where you want to go today. And that's where I'll go. And wherever he leads me, that's where I end up at. I would like to thank the Jefferson Award Committee, KBTX, my family, friends, and the entire Brazos Valley community for this prestigious award. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you humbled and honored to accept this prestigious award. This moment is an accumulation of years of work and relentless dedication. It started with a single belief instilled in me as a young woman growing up in Bryan, Texas, to make a change. You have to go through it to get to it. And for those of you that know me, well, you know I have gone through it. From the mentors who guided me, the colleagues who supported me, the friends who encouraged me, and the family who stood by me every step of the way. This award is a testament to the power of collaboration, passion, perseverance, and the dedication to giving back and paying it forward. It symbolizes not only what one can achieve with determination, but also what we can accomplish together as a community. I encourage everyone in my community to show acts of kindness to each other. Look for ways that you can be a blessing to others in the community. Live life as if tomorrow may not come and enjoy every moment of doing it. As I accept this honor, I must remind everyone, together we can rise up, take action, and make change. Thank you, and God bless you.
Congratulations, Felicia. Our next Jefferson Award recipient is a tireless supporter of local law enforcement. Clifford Dorn founded Backing the Badge BCS to thank local first responders nearly a decade ago. But his work keeping them safe with Operation Safe Shield is what makes him a 2024 Jefferson Award winner.
Like a lot of ags, Dr. Clifford Dorn came to Texas A&M in 1977, left, came back, and then stayed. He now owns his own business.
Well, I have an embryo transfer company, so we do embryo transfer in livestock, and also we train internationally.
But that's not what landed Mr. Dorn on the Jefferson Award nomination list. Instead, it's his passion to show appreciation for the men and women in blue. Dr. Dorn is co-founder and president of Operation Safe Shield, a nonprofit that raises money for bullet-resistant windshields that are added to patrol vehicles all across the region. The idea followed the shootings of 2 state troopers.
If you're standing over there and you're shooting at me through here, I can stand, you can't hit me, but I can pull my revolver and put it up to the window and I can shoot back out. You can't shoot in, but I can still return fire.
Operation Safe Shield launched in 2021. When they started, the windshields would cost roughly $20,000. Now that technology is down to about $9,000, meaning there's more protection to go around. The operation has expanded now to law enforcement agencies across the Brazos Valley and across the state.
When you get into these small communities, almost everybody there knows the sheriff, they know the police chief, they know the officers, you know, they have a good reputation with them. And they're friends of them, so they said, hey, if we can protect them, it's the least we can do.
But this isn't the only thing that Dorn has done for law enforcement. He's also responsible for an event called Backing the Badge. It's an annual come-and-go appreciation luncheon for first responders.
We just wanted to show our support for the law enforcement community with everything that's going on today. We want the Brazos County officers to know that we do support them 100%. Everything here today was purchased by individuals. You know, we didn't get big corporate sponsors and all. We got individuals to go out and talk to places, got discounted prices, and just bought everything and put it together ourselves.
And like Operation Safe Shield, Backing the Badge continues to grow and expand each year.
We deliver to their departments, so if they can't get away, which is understandable, we deliver food to them. And all the other guys can stop by here and visit with each other, and the community can stop by and say thank you.
As far as why he does all this, there's a number of personal reasons, including the loss of his own son and his family connections to the law enforcement world.
I actually had a son that was murdered here in Brazos County, and the police department caught the guy the very next day. I mean, they worked on it and got it done immediately. I was worked with the DA's office there, and we got it prosecuted, and they stepped up and took care of us fast. And we said, well, if they can do that for us, then we need to say thank you to them.
I would like to show my deepest appreciation to the individuals in the community that nominated me for this prestigious award. It means so much to be recognized for something I do because I love doing it while helping others. I also want to thank all of my friends and family that always step up to help me when I have a new charitable need. I could never do it without their support. I was raised in a loving family that always encouraged helping others in need after I graduated from Texas A&M in 1989. I began supporting various charitable organizations and events across the Brazos Valley. In 1994, I was asked to attend the Cattle Barons Ball in Waco with the director of the American Cancer Society. After the event, he asked me if I could help bring it back to BCS. I contacted a group of close friends and asked them to join the effort, and we brought it here and made it a great event. I helped with the event for several years and then moved on to build my business. In 2000, I teamed up with Beverly Brown to start the Lucky Bee Bison Festival for a Native American scholarship to Texas A&M in honor of her dad, Reagan Brown. Once again, I enlisted my friends and family to make an annual event a success. In 2015, the nation was going through a tough time with so many people calling for defunding of the police. I decided to show my support for our local law enforcement by cooking a thank you barbecue for the officers of the Brazos Valley with the help of my core group of close friends. That simple thank you barbecue turned into our annual Backing the Badge barbecue, where we now cook for all first responders across the Brazos Valley and surrounding counties, offering Texas barbecue to over 2,000 first responders. In 2021, I saw another use of our efforts after 2 state troopers were shot while in their patrol vehicles. A demonstration of bullet-resistant glass was the catalyst for me to found Operation Safe Shield and provide funding for life-saving bullet-resistant glass. Since 2022, my nonprofit has raised funds in excess of $1.2 million to protect the lives of our local police officers and deputies. My core belief is that having a servant's heart brings peace and fulfillment. I don't do my charitable work for recognition, but for the feeling of satisfaction knowing that I'm doing God's work. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Clifford. Our final Jefferson Award honoree tonight is Ellen Fuller. Those who know Ellen best call her a serial volunteer, the kind of person who makes organizations better just for her involvement. But it's her work honoring veterans that sets Ellen apart, both here and on the national stage.
Ellen Fuller has been described as a serial volunteer, a giver, inspiring and selfless, but hearing she's a 2024 Jefferson Award winner was a huge surprise.
I'm like, oh my word, It was overwhelming, and the person that nominated me was one of my heroes.
Ellen was nominated by Veteran Service Officer Pamela Robertson, who said she was only surprised Ellen had not been nominated before.
I think that it's long overdue, actually. She's more than deserving. She does more than anybody I know in this community, and she was one of the first people to come and welcome me to this position, and I don't think I've ever been to any veteran event that she wasn't there, part of, or in charge of.
Ellen is constantly on the move, helping others as the co-founder of Wreaths Across America Brazos Valley, and through her leadership in organizations like the Veterans of the Brazos Valley Memorial, City of Bryan Cemetery Advisory Board, the Women's Club, the Texas A&M Garden Club, and the list goes on.
Well, I can't tell you how many times she has physically walked veterans into her office and explained to me what they needed, and we were able to file and get the benefits and things that they needed. And her personally walking them in here and just going that extra mile, you know, that is somebody that's going above and beyond.
Ellen credits her father for her passion for giving back to veterans and the community.
My dad was a veteran. He actually came back from Vietnam, and sadly a lot of those that came back did not receive the welcome that they should have. They were spat on and sworn at, and then saddest of all is that many of them did not come back. So while we can, we want to thank them and their families.
She said moments she's most proud of include honoring veterans by placing thousands of wreaths at their graves and spearheading the effort of making sure veterans can be laid to rest right here in the Brazos Valley.
The Bryan City Cemetery, making it a local national cemetery. You don't have to go to Houston, you don't have to go to San Antonio.
Seeing the difference it makes firsthand.
There's a mother and daughter, Jamie and Nancy Kimmies, that have visited every day. And her daughter says that it's helped with the grieving process for him to be able to be there so she can speak to him.
Ellen says even the smallest of actions can lead to a better community.
And if we can stop and speak to somebody, give them a hug, thank them, it's priceless to them.
All she has done and continues to do is why Ellen Fuller is a 2024 Jefferson Award winner.
I'd like to thank KBTX, the 2024 Jefferson Awards Board of Selectors, and Amarillo National Bank for this honor. Of course, my selection wouldn't have happened without the nomination from Pam Robertson, Brazos Valley Veteran Service Officer, with recommendations from Paul Baker, Robertson County Veteran Service Officer, and Amanda Cross, my Wreaths Across America Brazos Valley co-chair. I'm also appreciative to the George Bush Library and Museum for this award venue, since my husband and I volunteer here. Congratulations to the other 2024 Jefferson Award recipients. This process reinforces my motto, that teamwork makes the dream work. When my husband Wayne and I moved here in 2015, we didn't know anyone. Now we feel like we know everyone. People made us feel welcome and included us in so many things. Aggie Land is definitely the land of serial volunteers like me, so I got involved immediately. When I co-founded Wreaths Across America Brazos Valley with Gold Star White and Aggie Nikki Altman, my initial focus was local veterans and their families. We have grown from remembering 117 veteran graves in the 4 BCS City Cemetery in 2015 to 2,844 in 60 local cemeteries last year. These efforts provided opportunities to enhance lots of situations in the Brazos Valley. In this wonderful community, I'm also involved with our HOA, the Women's Club, a phased grief program, new citizens naturalization ceremonies, retirement community visitations, A&M Garden Club, as well as an election official. As Virginia Tech Hokies, we've had a blast adopting Aggies, all the fun traditions without the cost of tuition. Texas A&M selfless service parallels the Hokie Then I May Serve mindset, with adult supervision from volunteers and others that I admire and that inspire me. I've been blessed to be involved with many programs, such as placing and picking up flags for veteran graves on Memorial Day and Veterans Day, POW MIA Day, the Wall That Heals, Brazos Valley Veterans Express Van, the 5 elements of the Veterans of Brazos Valley Memorial, and most recently, Medal of Honor Day. Again, many thanks for this award and for making the Brazos Valley such a special place to call home.
Congratulations, Ellen. Since 1972, the Jefferson Awards have honored trailblazers like Bob Hope, Barbara Bush, Oprah Winfrey, and Walter Cronkite, just to name a few. They've also recognized tens of thousands of unsung heroes like ours who made communities across the country great places to live and work. Tonight, one of our recipients joins the ranks on that national stage. We're honored to announce that the person selected to represent the Brazos Valley at the National Jefferson Awards ceremony and become eligible to receive a National Jefferson Award is Felicia Benford. Later this year, she'll represent the best of the Brazos Valley on the national stage. Know that we are so proud to have you represent the Brazos Valley and all those who volunteer. You serve as an exceptional example of our community. Before we conclude, we'd like to thank the George and Barbara Bush Foundation and the entire Bush family for again hosting our 20th Annual Jefferson Awards. We're proud to help continue President Bush's legacy of recognizing great public servants. Congratulations to our winners, and thank you for joining us. Good night.
Thank you for joining us for the Jefferson Awards, a special presentation of KBTX Media and our partner, Amarillo National Bank.